Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody here. I have a layout. It's a 12 by 12 layout for you today using my September stash kit. I am working my way pretty quickly through this kit, which makes me pretty happy. I pulled out some really old papers this month in this kit, and they're not the best quality. A lot of them are pretty thin, so I'm very pleased that I'm using them and I'm finding ways to use them that makes me happy. So this layout is a picture of Calen and I, and then just a picture of him alone. And I'm using this, I think it's a Heidi Grace 12 by 12 paper in the background, and it has kind of like a larger bird with a smaller bird, and the birds are holding little pink flowers, and some of them have little pink hearts on them. And some of them are like flocked, so it's a textured paper. So it's really, I believe, a baby paper, but it made me think because this layout is about Calen and I and how he's clumsy just like I am. Hence the busted lip in the left picture. I mean, he had a terrible busted lip that day. This is while we're at the fair, but the morning of the fair, he was playing in the hallway with his cousin, and they were running, and Calen fell and busted his lip, like completely busted. It was pretty bad, actually. So the whole layout is not about that, but just about the fact that he's clumsy just like I am. And this poor child is not good. I am not known for my grace by any means. So that's kind of what this is about. And then the top picture is just a picture of him as we're going in the fair, and you can still see his lip up close, but I just like the picture, so I added it to the layout. I'm adding a little bit of matting to these. I'm double matting them. I wanted the bottom picture to stand out just a little bit more since it really features the photo with the busted lip, and that's what the story's about. So that one has a dark matte first and then a light matte, and then the top one has a light matte and then kind of this blue paper. Not really dark, but it does add a little bit of definition to the picture. And I really like the blue sky in that photo, so this just highlights that blue sky a little bit more. Going back again to the background paper with the large bird and the small bird, it made me just think of like a mom and a child, like a mom and a baby bird. So it kind of fit what I was looking for. I tried a couple different papers first, and I really like, again, the blue with in the photos. There's blue in both of the photos, and blue in the background paper. It really highlights those colors. Now I pull out this sticker and I fiddle with it for a long time, and it says two peas in a pod, and it's a girl and a boy. And I really was going to add it to the layout, and I do for quite some time, but it's going to end up coming off on the end. Just going through my sticker sheets to see what I want to add. I have added this polka dot embossed vellum here to the bottom right, and that's where I'm going to ground my title. And I have this sticker that says noted, and that is from We Are Memory Keepers paper, or sticker sheet rather. I took it off. Okay, well, I took it, I cut it apart from the 12 by 12 paper, and then I'm using it. So you're really going to have to excuse my spelling error in this video. I spell clumsy with a B, and it stays that way till about the end when I figure it out. But in the photos, you'll see that it's been fixed. So just ignore the fact that I apparently don't know how to spell clumsy, and I didn't even think about it till I was looking at it afterwards going, this doesn't look right. I'm using these thickers. These are by far my all-time favorite thickers. I love them, and I have very few of them left. This is all I have here. And so I'm having to really alter letters to get the right letters. So I had two M's, so I made an O with a Q, I believe. And then I have most of the letters for clumsy, but I have to use a W for the M. So it looks a little bit different, but it's fine. I mean, it works out fine. It definitely is very easy to read. And then I have to make my own Y. And again, I used a Q. I just cut off the top part of the Q. Oh, and I made my own B. That was from something else too, but I'm going to not use this B. Like I said, apparently I don't know how to spell clumsy. So, and I'm going to move that noted sticker. So it's going to say noted. It's going to say, and he's clumsy like mom. And this is how it's going to look. I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive to the back, right behind where the thickers are, so you really can't see it. And I was checking to see how sticky those chipboard stickers were. They don't stick to the backing sheet at all, but they stick to paper pretty well. Use these Studio Calico stickers for the like part, and I'm going to go back and add the and he's part of my title later. I haven't decided yet that that's what I want my title to be. I have these two little border stickers I'm going to add to the bottom. I just like how it kind of ends the thought. And I'm going to add this 100% adorable. This is where I add that 2 peas in a pod sticker. And again, it's going to come off in a moment. I don't like it there. It just doesn't fit with the rest of the layout. But the 100% adorable is going to go up to the top right. Now, I'm noticing as I'm going through these layouts that I have a ton of word stickers in this kit. And I do struggle with this in a few layouts regarding having too many word stickers and not enough actual embellishment. So next month I'm going to have to keep that in mind when I'm making my stash kit, not to be too heavy on the word stickers. I guess I just have a lot of them in my stash, so when I'm pulling out colors, I pull a lot of them out. So I'm going to have to just keep that in mind for next month, to try to pull out a couple different elements to go with my kit, just so I don't have too many words, because I've noticed that it's starting to get a little bit busy on some of my layouts. And I do struggle later with this layout, and you're going to see me where I just keep feeling like I should add more. I like the way it looks, but for some reason I just felt like I should add more. And I think it's because it was a pretty simple layout. So I first added this label sticker or a label die cut, and I had put 2 of us, and kind of like the 2 of us are this one and the same type of thing. And I was going to add my journaling there, and then when I started to try to figure out what I wanted to journal about, I really didn't have anything to journal about, because it's really just he's clumsy like I am, and that's pretty much the entire story. So I'm going to eliminate that journaling spot, and I think it actually makes the page look a little bit better aesthetically as well. And I'm going to add just a tiny kind of phrase, and it just says 2 of us, and it says ... one of us is always hurt. And I already had adhesive on the back of this die cut, so I didn't want it to go to waste, so I'm going to add another little piece of it up here at the top. And again, it just ties those 2 photos together. They have a lot of the same embellishments on them. See, the 2 of us, 2 peas in a pod thing looks okay, but it doesn't really fit with the rest of the layout. As you can see, this is where I'm looking at, okay, well, I have a lot of word stickers. What do I want to do? So I'm going to put cute right here. I like kind of the pop of color, because there are little pink flowers and hearts in the background paper, so it really kind of brings that out a little bit. And then I have a little heart down here at the bottom that I'm going to put. And I'm going to pull off that sticker, and I'm just going to save it for another day. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I've got it saved. Put it back on the original paper it came on. And this is where I'm starting to go, okay, what do I want to add? Because I know I want to add something, but it just looks like too many words. If I add words on top of where my title is, then I'm going to have too many words. Can't figure out what the title is. Do I want to add these little dots? No, I'll end up doing these enamel dots that I made. So I use white and gray enamel dots. And it's really looking very simple, like extremely simple at this point. And I'm just like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I love these photos, and I didn't want to make it too overpowering. I like the layout. It's just kind of it's really a 3 focal point page. You have the 2 photos and the title, and those are pretty much your focal points on this page. And I was pleased with that. It didn't look too overbearing to me. It didn't look too confusing. I was very happy with the way it looked. And I think that's why I struggled, because I just kept feeling like I should add more, but I didn't have anything else to add. Excuse me. So I'm going to continue to flip through my embellishments and try to figure out if there's anything else that I want to add. I pulled out a ton of sticker sheets in this kit, just because I have a ton, and it makes it pretty easy to add if you have a ton of sticker sheets. So here's I'm going to put he's clumsy like mom, and then I'm going to add the and off this stamp set, and I was going to add it right there, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want it to go over the edge of the vellum. So first I'll pull out my StazOn ink, and it's brown, and it's very noticeably brown, so I just quickly decide that's not going to work. I think it's timber brown is the color. So I'm just testing it on a scrap piece of vellum here to see if it actually works, and it does. So I'm going to stamp it to the side, and it's going to say, and he's clumsy like mom. I'm going to let that dry. It's going to take a little bit, but I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm looking to see if there are any other stamps that I want to add, and put that up. I try to put my stamps up almost immediately, because if not, I get very confused as to what goes with what. And I'm not very creative with my stamps. I stamp phrases and add to my journaling with them, but I really am not very creative as far as creating a background or creating embellishments with my stamps. I should. I don't, maybe I haven't invested the thought into it. So, I mean, if I really sat down and tried, I'm sure I could. But I just have so many other pretty things that I don't necessarily need to create embellishments with my stamps. Sorry, you can see my head there. It's the end of the day at this point. My hair's a little bit frizzy, but I added this dot 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 stamp right behind the noted, so it says noted dot dot dot, and he's clumsy like mom. And then I have a stamp that says together, and this is from an Allie Edwards family stamp set, and it says two of us together dot dot dot. One of us is always hurt. And once again, I'm looking through everything to see if there's anything else that I want to add. I'm not sure. I keep thinking, oh gosh, I should add more. I mean, am I the only one that feels like sometimes I should add more because that's just what you should do instead of really going with what looks good? I thankfully end up stopping and I go with what looks good to my eye. But sometimes I struggle with that. So I decided the last thing I am going to do is add kind of a cluster up here, just some little banners. It looks a little empty and bare up here to me, so I'm going to add this one polka dot, white and blue polka dot banner, and then I'm going to add one of these flags. I'm going to pull off the stick, and so it's just this dark blue and light blue, well, light blue and lighter blue polka dot. So I'm going to add it there, and I pulled off the stick. I haven't used any of those with the actual stick on the banners. I've been pulling them off and using them as banners. And then I'm going to use a bit of washi tape here just to complete my little cluster. It needed a darker element up here. So I'm going to cut a diagonal off the end, and then I'm going to layer it right over the two of those. And that's pretty much going to finish this layout. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it to let YouTube know, because it really does help me out. And subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.